For the iPhone 16 Pro Max down to the normal iPhone 16, there have been many leaks so far telling us about the iPhone 16 model's battery life, that they will be longer. We've had everything from leaked battery sizes, more efficient chips, and lots of other leaks too. So today I want to cover over every model's new battery features, and also we'll go over the iPhone 16 Pro Max release date and price too. So I don't know about you, but I'm still trying to get my head over that we're halfway through the time from the iPhone 15 launch to the launch time of the iPhone 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max, and as I always say, that possibility of that iPhone Ultra Model 2. So today, like I said at the beginning of this video, I want to go over sort of every single feature, what is going to benefit your battery daily life with your iPhone 16 if you're going to get one, and how much of an increase we're going to see sort of in battery life. And the best thing we're going to do first of all is talk about the actual battery sizes for all four of the models. So let's have a look here. So according to a tipster, Majin Buu and X, a speculation for both the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro that it will have a bigger battery than we saw in the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro. Regarding to the actual battery capacities, Buu notes that the 16 and 16 Pro will have a 3,561 milliamp compared to the 3,349 milliamp that we have right now. Whilst as the iPhone 16 Plus variant, what's really strange here, is actually going to drop to 4,006 milliamps, down from the 4,383 milliamps. But the good news is, for the most popular iPhone sold out there, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is going to get a larger battery up to 4,676 milliamps. We'll talk a little bit more about the iPhone 16 Plus and its battery size dropping down a bit more in a moment. But next of all, what I want to talk about is the A18 chipsets. And you heard me right there, guys, A18 and an A18 Pro that we could be seeing in the iPhone 16 models and the iPhone 16 Pro models too. We've had a report in here from Jeff Hu, who has claimed that we're going to be getting an A18 and also an A18 Pro inside the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro models this year. And you're probably wondering then at this stage, well, what's this got to do with battery life? Well, it's interesting what is being said here. As you can see down here, it says that we're going to be seeing the second generation 3nm fabrication process from TSMC. This is also less expensive to create than the current one that we have in, say, the A17 Pro and also the M3 chipsets, but it also means that it can be redesigned to be more efficient too, which leads again to a better battery life for you guys. So far that is the battery sizes, and then also we're going to get a chipset that's more efficient. Well, the next big thing then has got to be the actual screens too. How more efficient are they? Well, we were told at the end of 2023 that Apple are looking into using micro lens technology in OLED displays. Now, this technology already exists in the likes of, say, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, for example, and it's how they managed to get a super bright display even outside. And it means that this is going to be coming to the iPhone series this year. And as you may know already, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is now matched with the Galaxy S24 Ultra in battery life. And in some cases, the S24 Ultra battery life is actually better. A main reason behind this is because of these new screens that Samsung have put on their phone. So you can imagine if this is put alongside the likes of an iPhone, especially the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we're going to get even better battery life. So for my thoughts, I do think it is a shame the iPhone 16 Plus battery size is getting smaller, and I do think what that means is that Apple are really trying to bridge it out now. The Pro models give you the best of everything. So even though the iPhone 16 Plus will have, the bigger space for a bigger battery, they're just not going to utilize that space because they don't want people buying a phone where they know that, say, the Pro Max battery life is very similar to the Plus. They want the Pro Max model to be even pushed out further to actually sort of separate that gap between, say, the likes of the iPhone 16 models to the 16 Pro models. A bit like what we have with, say, the MacBook Pro to the MacBook Air line. You can see we've got very different kind of technologies and things going on in there. But what you've seen there, guys, from those 3 different leaks that we have there, straight away, it does look like we're going to be getting a gain in battery life. It's not going to be a massive jump. You know, we're not going to be going, saying on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, you've got no battery left or 1% battery left. And let's say an iPhone 16 Pro Max, you'll still have 60% battery left. It's nothing going to be like that. But it is going to probably be gains of about, say, 10 to 20% sort of battery gains in what we've got right now. What is still very, very good. And with that, before I continue on, now is a good time more than ever to mention that all leaks and reports that you see here are not 100% proof that they will come true with the new iPhone. I can only present you what reports or information and renders that are out there. So basically, the renders that are being created here are based off those sort of leaks and reports that you are seeing out there. So the final iPhone may not look like this. However, if you are still watching this video, then you're as curious as I am in knowing what is being said about the next iPhone anyway. So then, guys, just quickly, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is from Ugreen. And this here is the brand new Ugreen Nexo Pro 65 watt 3-port GAN fast charger. This charger has 3 distributions of charging ability. So you have 2 USB-Cs and also traditional USB-A charging too. And it comes with Ugreen Smart Charge, which provides smart power distribution with multiple charging protocols, including Air Prior with GAN Infinity. This in essence allows Ugreen to make smaller chargers like this one we have here, and also this thermal guard ensures you to have intelligent temperature control for safer charging too. The Nexo Pro 65 watt, as you can see here, can even charge up a MacBook Air from 0 to 51% in 30 minutes. Or what you could do is you can actually charge 3 devices all at the same time. And it has all the latest sort of protocols of chargers inside of it, so PD, QC, SCP, AFC, and also 45 watt charging for Samsung phones too, so it's compatible with that. And this is all possible because of GAN Infinity. And in fact, Ugreen has a commitment to a greener world, and this basically means they can save on average with these chips 12,000 tons of CO2, equivalent of planting around about 660,000 trees per year. So if you want to get your hands on the brand new Ugreen Nexo Pro Charger series, make sure you check out the links that are in this video below, because everything will be in there. So what are you waiting for? Go and buy yourself one of these brilliant Ugreen ultra small chargers, because they are absolutely amazing. And with that, it's back to the video. So then, next of all then, let's now talk about the release date. As it's so early, we cannot fully predict the exact date of when it will be for the iPhone 16 Ultra. However, one thing we can be sure of, just like the iPhone 15, where we actually had the Wonderless event actually happening in September time, it is most likely it's going to be exactly the same for the iPhone 16, just like it was for the iPhone 14, the 13 and the 12 as well. Normally all of these events happen around September time unless something really big is happening in the world to prevent it from happening, just like in 2020 with COVID-19. But without this then, generally speaking, Apple like to do their event around about mid-September time or the earlier sort of mid-September time, and then normally release their sort of iPhones around about 10 days later. So at the moment, predict that it will probably be around about sort of mid-September, and then probably a week later, so in the early sort of 20s of the sort of September time, that you'll be able to get your hands on the brand new iPhone 16 models. But of course, as we get even closer to the actual release date, I'm sure more details will come in of the actual date of when it's going to be happening, and of course I will let you know when the exact date is going to be. So then, next of all, let's talk about the price of the iPhone 16 models. Now, I have talked about this to death probably on these videos, so you've probably heard this before. If you heard me talk about this, then, you know, you may as well switch off now, because I'm going to say it again. But if you haven't heard about the prices, I'm going to tell you right now, I think more than likely, in the way how the world is going right now, the iPhone 16 prices, at least in the USA, are going to increase. Now, the reason why I say the USA, and that's important, because at the end of the day, this is the home ground of Apple. And technically speaking, the likes of, say, the iPhone 10, when that came out, the X, all the way up to the likes of the iPhone 15 Pro normal, the price of that model, that premium model, has been the same price. So that's been $999. US dollars. It hasn't changed since 2017 or 2018, whenever it was, and we haven't technically had a price increase on models. And it's the same with the likes of the iPhone 15 Pro Max that we have right here. The 14 Pro Max for the 256GB model was the same price. The same with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, for the 256GB model. It was the same price as the iPhone 15 Pro Max we got here. Now, I know in other countries, including myself here in the UK, import taxes and also the biggest factor is my currency, what is the UK pounds to the US dollars, is not doing as good. And it's the same with the euros, it's the same with the rupees, it's the same with loads of currencies out there. And because of this, we've had to pay more in the last sort of 5 years for a new iPhone because of all these sort of changes. But if the US are going to increase their prices for the first time this year, and the main reason I think behind that is because material costs, the cost of living has just all increased, and we've seen the likes of say Google and the Pixel price increase, we've seen the likes of say the Galaxy S24 Ultra price increase. I feel that this year probably will be the first year when we'll see a price increase in US dollars for the iPhone 16 models, and obviously that will do a ripple effect to all other countries around the world. So do expect for probably on the normal sort of 16 and 16 plus, expect around about a $50 to $100 increase, hoping more of a $50, whereas with the Pro models it's probably more likely going to be a $100 price increase this time. And like I said, that will have to be converted into your own currencies and things like this, and it does mean it's probably going to be more expensive. But like I said, technically speaking, we haven't really in US dollars actually had a price increase in ages, as you saw what I just demonstrated there with the iPhone 10 and the iPhone X, all the way up to the iPhone 15 Pro. They're exactly the same price. But on that note though, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.